I was born in New York City, Pathaway. It was a small town in New York, and my mother, she was sick with the German measles when she was pregnant with me, also called rubella. And that was in the 1960s, 1960, 1965 at that time. There were a lot of women who had that illness when they were pregnant with their babies. So when the children were born, they were born with various disabilities, including deafness, blindness, deaf blindness. And my mother didn't realize this. And then later, about 6 months later or so, the doctor told her that I was deafblind. And my mother couldn't believe it. She was shocked. She did not expect that, of course. And it was a difficult thing for her to hear and understand because I couldn't see or hear. And my family, however, dealt with it very well. They accepted me, and that's why I was able to learn so much and I'm able to communicate so effectively. I learned how to sign, and my parents went to Perkins School for the Blind and sent me there when I was 5 years old, and this is in Watertown, Massachusetts. And at Perkins, I learned how to sign, and I learned how to do independent living skills, and I learned from school, but on the weekends I would go home to spend time with my family. And in the summertime, I was with my family. And I also went to camp. And I met a lot of other deaf and deafblind people there as well with various disabilities. And I really enjoyed myself there. I made a lot of new friends with the other kids there and the staff as well. And it was just great. And with my family as well, it was a good experience. Okay, next question.
Yep. How does Jaimi feel that the Tatum hand will be an important tool for the deaf-blind community? Sort of looking into the future.
Oh, that's a good question. If I'm stuck at home with nothing to do and there's nobody there, I could watch TV. And the closed captioning is too fast for me, and I tend to miss a lot when the closed captioning is on, so I get lost when I try to watch something on TV. However, for the news, there is transcription that you can use for the news. However, I watch that. It goes back very quickly. Some of it I can understand, but some of it I cannot understand. So when I read that transcription, sometimes it's pretty confusing and I don't understand what's going on with the news. So I'll give you an example. As far as the coronavirus goes, there's questions being asked, so I have to have my friends help me understand what the transcription or the closed captioning says. And that makes me feel better, and it's a relief, when I see something and I try to depend on the transcription or the closed captioning, I can't always understand it. So I'll type up some questions and send it out to my friend via email, and they'll explain things to me and help me understand it more clearly, and that really relieves a lot of my anxiety. And it's tiring, though, when I sign with people to use the tactile communication. And sometimes I will read things on my computer screen with very large print. I can understand that, but it's not always clear. So I use both tactile signing as well as very large print to read things. I'm not really that skilled with Braille, though. I'm not really interested in learning Braille in particular at this point in time, though. So my preference is the tactile signing. That's a better way for me to learn things rather than depending on the Braille.
And Jaimi, what do you like about the hand?
It was fun. It was fun. I think it's really neat. And I enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to the technology being increased so it's better, more clear, and easier to understand. So for example, when the robot finger spelled river, you mean for the robot or for an actual person?
The robot, yeah.
Oh, okay. As far as a robot, if I had one at home and there's nobody there, you know, because I live alone, I don't have a roommate, I live by myself. Again, I don't use Braille. I find it pretty frustrating to try to use Braille. And I struggle with it as far as learning how to use Braille. However, if I had the robot there with nobody there in my apartment, I could use the tactile sensation. I could understand things more clearly if I used tactile communication with a robot if there were no actual people there visiting me. I could understand more because, again, depending on Braille doesn't really work for me.
And can you ask her what she likes about, what she likes best about the robot? Is it the feel of it?
I could put my hands on it, you know, and I was able to give feedback as far as what to do to make things better. And it was very enjoyable. It was fun, you know, especially to see how things have improved since I was here last time. It's just enjoyable.
Is Jaimi excited for the future to see, you know, this robot?
Oh yeah, definitely, yes, yes.
Great. I think we're good. Yeah. Thank you, Jaimi.